So how did this recipe come about? My wife was making something with fresh cranberries and she had all of these left over. I go, you know what, let me make something. Something simple. Cranberries and onions. They go together. And then after I start thinking, I go, well, what else will go with that? That's what you do with recipes. You look at the item, and then you go, does anything else work with that? Yes, there are other things that work with that. Fresh rosemary from my freezer. This is a 1/4 of a cup measurement, so you can see how much is in there. That's about half of that. You don't have to chop up fresh rosemary because it's chewable. And don't use dry rosemary because it doesn't even taste like rosemary. And what else can go with this? Well, it's the festive season. Throw a little thyme in there also, dry thyme. And I had a little piece of ginger. Will ginger work with this? Sure will. So you throw some ginger in there. And what else are we going to put in there? Well, we're going to season it. Now, you know they're a little tart. So we're going to have to do something about that tartness in the cranberries. I have some honey just sitting off to the side here. Trying to figure out, first I'm going to taste it without the honey, and then I'm going to put the honey. But what else can we put in there? It's so festive. This is good as a topping for, like I put in the description, chicken, turkey, not steak, not lamb chops. It'll work on pork. And then I was going to add chicken stock. Well, instead of chicken stock, it happened to be a bottle of, what is that? That looks like apple cider. That was sitting in the refrigerator. And I go, all these items that are there work together. I can smell what's going on. I could have put some garlic in there too, but I wasn't thinking fast enough. And now it's too late because my diced up garlic that I make, my fresh garlic, happens to be in the freezer. So this recipe will be without garlic, but you can add it. So this is cooking. This will take a few minutes. So I'm going to shut this off until the cranberries start to break up. Now I'm just going to taste it for flavor. Cranberries are broken. They're letting all their juices out. Onions are cooked. Now let's see what kind of flavor we have here. That is tart. So we're going to add, even though it was apple cider, we're going to add honey. And if you know what a good stuffing smells like, that's what this is almost. One tablespoon, come on, of honey. And we'll see if that's enough. This is really ready, so we'll lower the flame. And let's get all of this honey out of there. Now I was going to add flour to this, but But as you can see, the cranberries must have properties that allow it to give this some body, like thickening it. So we're canceling the flour or cornstarch, because this is moist and yet thick, just the way you want it. Nice color. You want to finish this off with, at the last second, some fresh parsley or some finely sliced up scallions or chives. One more taste. I'm double dipping. I'm allowed to do that because this is for me. No guest will be eating this, just me and my wife. And since we kiss each other, I can double dip. If you want that little bit of tartness in there, you'll still have it, but I'm adding another tablespoon of honey. And then I have to add just a drop of salt. And I'm putting back the flour. So that's salt and pepper, which goes into just about everything that you cook. Salt brings out the flavor, and we'll go with half a teaspoon and some pepper. I don't always use that. I have to be in the mood to use it. Get all the honey out of that. That's a nice looking topping. The consistency is just right. So if you had, let's see, 4 people, cut this in quarter. This is enough to put on top of some sliced turkey that you have left over, maybe from Thanksgiving, or you just made turkey. If you just made a turkey and you're having a few people over, this is only good enough for 2 people, because if you had seconds, you want to put some more on top. So this is actually, if I had a piece of chicken or turkey, I could show you. But look at the consistency. You couldn't ask for a better looking, and I'm going to have some negative comments, which I always do, but that's how the world is. Slight tartness, which you would expect from cranberries. And that's it. Now, if you want this to be sweet, very sweet, add a couple of tablespoons of sugar. Aside from that, I'm liking this. And it smells like stuffing. It looks great. Hope you enjoy it.